Meta's funneling billions of dollars into CEO Mark Zuckerberg's pitch for the Metaverse, but Tim Cook, CEO of Apple, doesn't think most people can even define the Metaverse, let alone live inside it for extended periods. So in this video, we're going to be exploring Mark Zuckerberg's plans and ambitions, Cook's strategic thinking, and the technologies that are evolving adjacent to the two giants, so keep watching. First up, two conflicting views. Quote, "I always think it's important that people understand what something is," Cook told Dutch publication Bright via Google Translate, and I'm really not sure what the average person can tell what the Metaverse is. In other words, despite persistent reports of Apple's interest in building all manner of AR and VR hardware, Cook isn't ready to claim that the company is working towards any so-called Metaverse. Mark Zuckerberg has a different view. Earlier this year, the Meta CEO told his employees that the company is in a very deep philosophical competition with Apple to build the Metaverse. Quote, "This is a competition of philosophies and ideas, where they believe that by doing everything themselves and tightly integrating, that they build a better consumer experience," Zuckerberg said. He seems to be contrasting what, in his opinion, is Apple's closed approach with Meta's more interoperable development. Quote, "I'm really not sure what the average person can tell you of what the Metaverse is." Then Cook expresses skepticism about Zuckerberg's vision. Cook is not sure people want to spend extended periods in VR in the future. Well, VR is something you can really immerse yourself in, and that can be used in a good way, but I don't think you want to live your whole life that way, he told Bright. VR is for set periods, but not a way to communicate well. His comments made him the latest high-profile CEO to express skepticism about the Metaverse. Snap CEO Evan Spiegel told The Guardian that the company avoids using the term because it's pretty ambiguous and hypothetical, and that if you even were to ask a random person to define it, all their definition would be totally different. Meanwhile, Amazon head of device David Limp recently said that if he asked a few hundred people what they thought that the Metaverse was, quote, "We'd get 205 different answers, and that there are no common definitions to the term. Saying one thing and doing another is commonplace in business and politics. Keep watching as we bring you more, but there is a little hypocrisy at play." Cook, Spiegel, and Limp have been publicly skeptical of the term Metaverse. Apple, Snap, and Amazon are all reportedly investing to various degrees in similar technology to that which Meta thinks will one day power its Metaverse future. Cook is a proponent of augmented reality, and Apple could announce a combination AR-VR headset as early as 2023. Snap released its first pair of AR glasses as a limited beta last year and says that millions already engage with AR via its app. Amazon has released several AR applications over the years and is believed to have at least one augmented reality device in development. Meanwhile, Meta's already releasing its technology. Meta already has released several virtual reality headsets after it acquired Oculus in 2014. It's expected to release its first pair of augmented reality glasses in 2024, although they'll reportedly only be available to developers at first. Meta's also racing to release its first AR glasses in 2024, but sources do believe it'll take a lot longer for them to become mainstream. Mark Zuckerberg has a grandiose vision for the Metaverse, and he hopes that you'll one day see the same thing too, quite literally, through a pair of augmented reality glasses. When innovations go from the lab to the shelf, things tend to get very heated, but stay with us as we move into near-term tech and long-term plans. So what are Zuckerberg's real ambitions? The Meta CEO calls AR goggles a holy grail device that will, quote, "redefine our relationship with technology akin to the instruction of smartphones." During a special effect-laden video announcement, Facebook's corporate rebrand to Meta last October, they acted as the connective tissue for the Metaverse pitch, letting people play games and work in the virtual human Star Trek style. At one point, Zuckerberg wore them while fencing with a hologram, quote, "Don't be scared to stab," his virtual sparring partner quipped. But what about near-term tech? While Zuckerberg may have big hopes for smart glasses, the near-term reality of the technology is far less lofty. The demonstrations during Zuckerberg's Meta presentation, such as playing virtual chess on a real table with someone's avatar, weren't based on any functioning hardware or software, and Meta doesn't yet have a working wearable prototype of its planned AR glasses, but rather a stationary demonstration that sits on a table. Still, Zuckerberg has ambitious goals when it comes to high-tech glasses being a reality. Employees are racing to deliver the first generation of 2024 and are already working on a lighter, more advanced design for 2026. Followed by the third version in 2028, the details will together give the first comprehensive look at Meta's AR hardware ambitions, where shared by people familiar with the roadmap, but who weren't authorized to speak publicly. A spokesperson for Meta declined to comment on this story. So, is this Meta's return to innovation? Zuckerberg desires to cast Meta as innovative again. This is probably what animates the push for AR glasses. And Facebook's rebrand to Meta, the social network reputation has been strained by a series of privacy and content moderation scandals, hurting employees' morale and faith in leadership. Regular regulators are trying to break the company up and curb its business of personalized advertisement, and along its Silicon Valley peers, it has become known as a ruthless copycat. The Meta CEO has a firm handle on the tiller, it seems, but will his vision turn the company into a leader again? Keep watching. Okay, so this feeds Zuckerberg's ego, yeah? If the AR glasses and the other futuristic hardware Meta's building eventually catch on, they could cash the company and, by extension, Zuckerberg in a new light. Quote, Zuck's ego is intertwined with the glasses, a former employee who worked on the project tells me. He wants it to be an iPhone movement. Meta CEO also sees the AR glasses, dubbed Project Nazaire, as a way to get out from under the thumb of Apple and Google, which together dictate the terms of apps like Facebook and how they have to abide by mobile phones. The first version of Nazaire is designed to work independently from a mobile phone with the assistance of a wireless phone-shaped device that offloads part of the computing required for the glasses to operate, a marquee feature with the ability to communicate and interact with holograms of other people through the glasses, which Zuckerberg believes will over time provide people a more immersive, compelling experience than video calling that exists today. Then, how is Meta doing after spending billions on AR glasses? Quite frankly, Meta internally has tepid sales expectations in the low tens of thousands for the first version, which will be aimed at early adopters and developers. A price point has been decided, but the device will certainly be pricier than the company's $299 Quest VR headset, given the AR glass bill of materials is multiple thousands of dollars. Cost will test Zuckerberg's willingness to subsidize the price of the hardware to encourage adoption, a competitive strategy intended to undercut the margins enjoyed by players like Apple. In addition to Nazaire, a separate, previously unreported pair of cheaper smart glasses codenamed Hypernova are also planned for 2024. Nazaire is designed to operate independently of a smartphone, but Hypernova will pair with a nearby phone to show incoming messages and other notifications through a smaller heads-up display similar to the Nord Smart glasses Google acquired 2 years ago. Getting an innovation into the mainstream is a delicate business, and teamwork, so says conventional wisdom, is key. It is possible, though, that Zuckerberg's ambitions may win out against the wisdom of the Meta crowd as far as their near-term and long-term strategies are concerned. Keep watching to the end. Finally, how does the team feel about Zuckerberg's special interest in the project? Since Nazaire was brought out of research in 2018, with the internal codename Orion, Zuckerberg had shown a special interest in the project. Quote, it's like the Eye of Sauron, one former team member said, referring to the all-seeing eye in Lord of the Rings. Zuckerberg himself recently admitted in a podcast that employees sometimes use the phrase to explain his intense involvement in a project. He's assisted with the first version of Nazaire, offering a full AR experience with 3D graphics, a large field of view, and a socially acceptable design. The team originally hoped for it to boast a 70-degree field of view, far wider than its current on the market. But that goal won't be met. The current design of the glasses slightly resembles Superman black frames when he was disguised as Clark Kent. Plus, they weigh 100 grams, which is about 4 times more than a typical pair of normal glasses. But that's the end of today's video. There have been huge moves afoot in the field of VR research for some time now, and those moves are beginning to translate into consumer products, so be sure to keep your eyes peeled for our future uploads, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.